Greetings everyone. My title for this presentation was Truth Over Risk because I relate it with the media controversy that I have chosen, which journalists continue their tireless pursuit of truth even amidst of threats, intimidation, and misinformation. Today we delve into the critical role journalists play and obstacles they confront. So before I start the presentation, I am Marichian Daroca, the presenter. And now let's begin. So the title of the news was Journalists Still Need to Hold the Line in 2023 and Beyond. And it was reported or written by Gabi Baizas on December 11, 2023. And this news article was from Rappler. The article discussed how journalists continue to face significant challenges worldwide. Here are some key points and summary of the news. Number one is all about press freedom and intimidation. Despite improvements in some countries, the fight for a free press persisted. The Philippines press freedom ranking reached its highest level in 6 years, but the media landscape remained largely grim. Low trust scores plague news outlets demonized by the previous administrations, including Rappler and ABS-CBN. Similar trends were observed in other countries like United States, France, United Kingdoms, and Greece. The next topic was journalist killings. Journalist killings were rampant, especially during escalations between Israel and Hamas. The Israel-Hamas war led to the deadliest month for journalists in over 30 years. In the Philippines, radio broadcasters were targeted, including Misamis Occidental broadcaster Juan Jumalon. Now for the global challenges that was also mentioned in the news article. The fake content industry weakened havoc on the global media landscape. Socio-political factors impacted media workers, both positively, for example, it's Brazil, and negatively, for example, it's Russia. All in all, journalists face ongoing threats, harassment, and tech-related hurdles in 2023, emphasizing the need to protect those on the front lines of independent journalism. What was the ethical issue or dilemma faced in reporting the issue? The ethical issue or dilemma faced when reporting this issue on Rappler was related to fact-checking. And also besides fact-checking, it also relates to the pressures journalists encounter in upholding journalistic standards and integrity, particularly in the face of external influences and threats to press freedom. Was the ethical issue or dilemma resolved in or after the report? Well, yes. Rappler has established editorial standards and guidelines to navigate accuracy, corrections, and public feedback. They treat errors with urgency, promptly fixing minors and adding editors' notes for transparency when major errors occur. Rappler has fact-check initiative rooted in a multi-level process of verification to ensure accurate reports. They became a verified signatory to the International Fact Checkers Network, or also known as IFCN, and partnered with Facebook for fact-checking in the Philippines. If not resolved, how did it influence the quality of the coverage? Well, actually, in the Rappler, it was resolved, but I can give you some results if it was not resolved. And unresolved issues can lead to misinformation, damage credibility, and diminish the public's trust in the media outlet. But in the case of Rappler, they strive to maintain transparency and integrity, working towards just resolutions of incidents. This commitment to ethical journalism is crucial for the understanding and reception of information by the masses. Which part of the report specifically showed inclusion of this ethical principle in media ethics? It was telling the truth and accuracy. Now, on the right side of this presentation, you will see a screenshot of the news article where it shows the factual news that they put in the report. For example, the broadcaster that was killed I searched it and I found videos and tons of report regarding this. And on the news article itself, it has so many attachment of links to provide evidence that whatever they put in their news report, they make sure that they put justifications to the informations that they put in there and to show you that it is true. Another one is independence. The article maintains independence and objectivity by presenting a balanced and impartial view of the issue. Bias critically examines the challenges faced by the journalist without bias or agenda, allowing readers to form their own opinions based on the facts presented. The report discusses the challenges faced by journalists in maintaining independence, especially in the environment where disinformation is prevalent and political pressures are high. It mentions the sophisticated disinformation machinery that has been around for years affecting the media landscape. Fairness and minimizing harm was also upheld during the report. When it comes to fairness, the article addresses the low trust scores of the news outlets demonized by the former Duterte administration, indicating a balanced view of media's reputation among the public. Biases demonstrate transparency and accountability by openly discussing the challenges and pressures faced by the journalists in upholding journalistic standards. She acknowledges the potential biases and influence that can affect media coverage, thereby fostering transparency and accountability in the reporting process. When it comes to minimizing harm, by highlighting the harassment and killing of journalists, the report underscores the importance of protecting journalists and the role of media society aligning with the principle of minimizing harm to those involved in news stories. The article serves the public interest by highlighting the importance of press freedom and ethical journalism in democratic society. Biases emphasizes the role of journalists as watchdogs and truth seekers, advocating for the protection of press freedom and fundamental pillar of democracy. In number 2, because these ethical principles are upheld, how did it affect the understanding and reception of the masses on the information? Well, it builds credibility and trust among the audience, as they rely on media outlets to provide accurate and unbiased information. And it also encourages critical thinking and public engagement, as readers are presented with facts and diverse perspectives, allowing them to form their own informed opinions. And lastly, it promotes media literacy, as the article exemplifies how ethical journalism should be conducted, serving as a model for discerning the quality of news sources. Now, by adhering these principles, Rappler demonstrates a commitment to ethical journalism. By providing an accurate and unbiased information, biases build trust and credibility with her audience, allowing them to engage with the content in a meaningful way. Additionally, by highlighting the importance of press freedom and ethical journalism, Biases raises awareness about the broader societal implications of the issues, empowering readers to advocate for media integrity and accountability. Overall, the ethical reporting practices demonstrate in the article contribute to a more informed and discerning public, strengthening the democratic values of transparency, accountability, and freedom of expression. What are the ethical considerations, principles, in media ethics that were not observed in reporting the issue? What were the reasons for not observing this ethical principle, media ethics? Actually, the report underscores the need for journalists to adhere to ethical considerations despite facing intimidation, harassment, and the spread of disinformation. And in my own personal opinion, I didn't see any errors that they didn't practice these ethical principles. But there are some reasons for not observing certain ethical principles. Could include resource constraints. Limited resources can hinder through fact-checking and comprehensive reporting. Safety concerns. The risk of harm to journalists can lead to self-censorship or avoidance of certain topics. Legal and political pressures. Government suppression or legal threats may compel media outlets to omit certain information or perspective. But the context of the Rappler article that commitment to ethical journalism is emphasized, suggesting an intention to inform the public accurately and responsibility despite of the difficulties journalists face. The article serves as reminder for the critical role that ethical considerations play in shaping the public's discourse and the importance of defending press freedom. The report highlights the challenges faced by the journalists and pressures on the media freedom, which are crucial issues in a democratic society. Ethically, the pursuit of the truth and protection of the free press are fundamental principles that support the right information and accountability, especially in contexts where journalists face intimidation, harassment, and violation. Ethically exposing the challenging such practices is justifiable as it aligns with the ethical duty of the press to inform the public and resist efforts to stifle independent journalism. Moreover, the report discusses the impact of technology on journalism, including the rise of artificial intelligence and its implications for data privacy and job security. Ethically debating these emerging issues is important to ensure that technological advancement do not compromise journalistic integrity or public trust. In summary, the ethical justifications of the report can be supported by its focus on upholding journalistic standards, protecting press freedom, and addressing challenges in the media landscape, which are all essential for a healthy democracy. And that's all, and thank you.